Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, we're going to tell you the truth behind Triple H's reported disappointment at the WWE roster.
WWE higher-ups allegedly pushed for Sami Zayn to beat Roman Reigns.
WWE are the favourites to land a top free agent, and they might be making creative plans already.
And why Andrade El Idolo is still missing from AEW. I'm Adam Wilborn. This is the news.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to talk about Triple H. Right?
Good.
Remember in December, wow, that's a rhyme. There was a report that came out, it was WrestleVotes, reporting that Triple H was a bit underwhelmed by some of the people he'd brought back, saying they'd underperformed all of this stuff, and he's obviously brought a lot of people back since he became head of creative. Well, Fightful Select have kind of come through with an update on this situation, and it's fired back up. It seems like it had been parked for a while, but they've had some new stuff through here. Apparently WWE are downplaying this, so there you go. It's positive. One of the outlet sources indicated that since that report came out, WWE had downplayed the idea internally, the idea that Triple H was disappointed or upset with people who'd come back or whatever. Another, meanwhile, noted that even if Triple H felt this way, they wouldn't expect him to express it.
Yes.
They wouldn't expect him to go, hey, Braun Strowman, or insert name here, I'm upset with you.
Yeah.
The report notes that a member of the creative team has stated that nobody brought back under Triple H's creative lead had been expected to jump straight to the top of the card anyway. Another indicated that with the returns, Triple H was looking to add some depth to the roster, which was communicated to several of the returnees. Depth was brought up as an issue immediately once Triple H became the creative lead in WWE, which was obviously July. Bronson Reed and Johnny Gargano, I always say Gargano. Johnny Gargamel have been cited as examples of returning stars who have, and I quote, shown their value when given an opportunity. And obviously Bray Wyatt's back, Braun Strowman's back, Karrion Kross. It's a long list of people that Triple H has brought back. Yeah, Top Dollar, the legend. So there you go. That's the report. That's the update. I think one source here noting that nobody was expected to be shot straight to the top. That's nonsense.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross was immediately re-debuted in the title program.
Feuded with Drew, yeah.
Feuded with Drew as a result of all that. So yeah, someone's telling Fightful a little porky pie there because it's on the screen. But yeah, no, it's good to hear. It's good to hear that people came back and Triple H didn't just immediately go, hold on a minute, these guys suck.
Yeah, I'm just relieved, like you say, they haven't just got the axe hanging over them straight away. Like, I'll admit, I personally, subjectively, have been underwhelmed by certain names, and I think others have been a pleasant surprise, and others I've taken, like you say, as, right, well, they've been brought in, and they've maybe lost their first match back. They're clearly not being positioned as, right, you're going to be fighting for the title by WrestleMania, but they've just thought, yeah, we need some more people here, because the same bloody people keep fighting. And just a word on Bronson Reed and Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano, through no fault of his own, has underwhelmed because, well, as exemplified by what happens on Saturday, it's amazing what happens when you let Johnny wrestle, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought that was one of the best performances he's had since returning to WWE.
His creative's been a bit whack since but he's obviously very good.
And I think Bronson Reed has come back in a bigger position now. Like, the fact that they were like, everyone's got to hit a finisher on him to get rid of him in the Elimination Chamber speaks volumes. And yeah, Braun Strowman, despite his weird comments online, I love the little weird run as a tag team with Ricochet, and the title match, the viewing figures speak for themselves, so.
The Gunther match was awesome as well.
And the Gunther match, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Braun can be an effective guy when he's not tweeting. Like, he's a good like giant big guy.
Yes.
Like, you know, that style. Like, I like that style.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't anymore because it's like work rate era and all this, but I like a gigantic man.
And it could be worse. He could be doing Control Your Narrative, so.
Well,
he couldn't. Is that a thing anymore?
I don't know.
Let's move on and talk about Sami Zayn's heartbreaking loss at Elimination Chamber over the weekend. Spoilers, but come on, what are you doing? What are you doing watching the news on a Monday morning, a Saturday after a pay-per-view?
It's 2 days later.
Yes. But Dave Meltzer reported on Wrestling Observer Radio that some WWE higher-ups had pushed for a title change on Saturday night, but it was ultimately shot down with the company electing to have Roman Reigns, of course, retain instead. Load of shenanigans. It is going to be Roman versus Cody at WrestleMania. That's been the plan from at least a week ago from WWE. Like we've reported throughout the days, weeks, months leading up to this show. Plans change. There's been, rumours of, maybe they're going to do this and maybe they're going to do that. I think, Andy, as we've kept on saying, this is probably the right decision, and this has been something that they were like, it's not very nice, Daniel Bryan, you've got over, this is the plan we've had. It is sort of forming a larger part of the narrative.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that higher-ups pushed for Sami to win at the pay-per-view because he's become very organically over. So naturally, that is going to lead to people going, oh, hey, he should win. He's like the big baby face at the moment. And that's been reflected in fans as well, who have said similar. So not surprised by that at all. I do think that this path is the right path. I think that we'll talk a little bit more about WrestleMania options in the questions, spoiler alert. But yeah, he was like his ring entrance. I tweeted facetiously yesterday morning that Sami's ring entrance in Montreal was my match of the year because it was awesome and the match was great as well.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
The finale, I think maybe they could have done a little bit more to make it a bit more heartbreaking. I wasn't as sad as I wanted to be by the end of it. I think there was probably another layer they could have thrown on there to make it feel a bit more, melodrama, insane heartbreak, crying in the stands and all of that stuff. But they do still have the Jey Uso thing on the table. They do still have the Kevin Owens thing on the table. They got a lot to play with. Yeah,
it's a really intriguing storyline, and not very often you get to say let it play out when it comes to WWE. But let's see where this goes and. Yeah, like you say, we'll talk more about it in the Twitter question.
It's wild. 2023, let it play out is a legitimate stance.
Yeah, the thing is, WWE under Vince McMahon booking for the last 20-odd years has broken people's brains.
Yes.
So if they don't get what they want immediately, they think, oh, well, he's just going to do something else with Omos or something.
Give me what I want. Shouts to Batista. Right. WWE are the favourites to land a top free agent. Nothing particularly surprising here. It's Jay White. So Dave Meltzer coming through in the Daily Update, Wrestling Observer, Figure 4 Online. You know.
Yeah.
Noting that WWE remain the favourites to sign Jay White, although nobody in WWE has confirmed that as of yet. Meltzer also notes that Switchblade heading, if he was to go to AEW, he could still feasibly work big New Japan shows, but given recent stipulations, it's unlikely that they would go down that route with the stipulations if he was kind of sticking around. So, for those who don't know, on the 11th of February, he lost a Loser Leaves Japan match to Hikuleo. On the 18th of February, this weekend, he lost an excellent Loser Leaves New Japan match to Eddie Kingston on Battle in the Valley, which also had triumphant return of Mercedes Moné against Kairi in an awesome match. But yeah, Jay White seemingly on his way out of New Japan Pro Wrestling, WWE the favourites, and WrestleVote / Give Me Sports have reported that there was a creative meeting in WWE with marketing people as well in mid-January talking about prospective signings. White he's been pinpointed as someone the company wants to bring in, and WWE has gone as far as coming up with rough creative ideas for his potential debut. So Jay White, 30 years old, he'd been with New Japan since 2015, one of the most successful gaijin wrestlers in that company in history. I think he would do very well in WWE. I think he's very suited to that style. Yes.
Certified piss spoiler himself, Jay White. Loves winding up. I'm not going to wrestle yet.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see what they do with him in WWE. I'm excited. It's rare that you get to hear someone leaving New Japan and going, no, WWE actually.
Did you see the Twitter thread?
I didn't.
There's a fan theory Twitter thread, and I'm sure it's taking a piss. Not Twitter, Reddit, sorry. Once you've finished with this video, go on to Reddit.
It's very rare that we say that.
And search Jay Wyatt Uncle Howdy. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my days, what?
I just called him Jay Wyatt.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, my only concern would have been had Vince still been in charge, and at least that's what they're saying he isn't right now. They'd have said, congratulations, you're the long-lost nephew of Kerwin White. So,
oh, good, yeah.
I think Triple H will probably book him a little bit better.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Andrade El Idolo, missing from AWTV since All Out 2022. He's part of the Casino ladder match that obviously MJF won, devil stuff. Then he got a torn pectoral muscle in November, and then he went off to have surgery, and that's the reason why he hasn't been on TV, reports Fightful Select. No crap, just Sapp, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select. He's expected to be back in action in spring, but he had a torn pec, he had surgery, and that takes time.
Yes. See him in spring, I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously.
He obviously has had his backstage issues, but we're not going to talk about it that much because we've talked about it a lot. Get well soon.
Yes, get well soon. I hope that whatever issues may linger are cleaned up. You know, the funny thing about this, from a storyline standpoint about Andrade, is that before the thing happened with Sami. He was supposed to wrestle Preston Vance 10 in a career versus mask match.
Of course, yeah, I forgot about that.
Since then, Preston Vance has joined the faction La Facción Ingobernable that he formed, that Andrade formed while Andrade's been off TV. So that's a bit of a mind F to confuse you today, but they'll cover that when I like Preston Vance in this role.
Handsome man.
Very handsome. What's the Pero Peligroso?
Yes.
Awesome, I like it. I'm a Wish guy as well. So.
Yeah. And Jose, take your top off.
He's a beast, isn't he? Jose, the assistant's a beast.
Yeah.
Gee whiz.
He should do that. It's like, like when they used to do the very sort of, we'll get the woman up and she's going to dance on the ring skirt and you're going to get all distracted by it. Just do that with Jose, the assistant, take his top off.
Showing off his iPad, all that stuff. Yeah, good guy.
Absolute peace. Anyway, right, let's move on to your Twitter questions. At WhatCulture WWE, of course, you want to get in touch with us. First question today comes from Jonathan Rivera. Cheers, Jonathan, as always, for your questions. Jonathan writes, with that white-hot crowd in Montreal from this weekend, do you think Elimination Chamber will be discussed in the future in the same breath as shows with legendary crowds like WrestleMania 18 and Money in the Bank 2011?
Yeah, I think it should be. Money in the Bank 2011 was going to be the comparison point for me with this pay-per-view because that was obviously hotter than the surface of the sun. Similar circumstances, hometown guy coming to try and fight the established top dude and all that stuff. Obviously, storyline's a little bit different with the Bloodline and CM Punk and contract and all of that stuff. But yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's in the conversation. I tweeted I would have loved to have been in the building for that. But that and like the Royal Rumble pop this year when Sami put the chair in his back, if you go back and listen to it, like it literally cracks the microphone. Like it can't handle the pop. It's so big. So yeah, like it was really awesome. It was what you want, and testament to how over Sami Zayn is.
And yeah, credit to Roman Reigns, regardless of how you feel about the finish, and well, depending on how you feel about that finish, there may be a video on our channel presented by the man sat next to me all about Tribal Chief maybe not being so dominant, let's say.
He's a gaslighting asshole.
Yes.
His character is.
Tribal Queef. But I thought he played the bad guy very well indeed.
He's great.
Just right in front of his wife.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to be like this.
Just bringing family members at ringside, it wins every single time, doesn't it?
Kicks ass. Also, was the bloke who used to do the food stuff on YouTube sat like round the corner from him? Let me know.
Food stuff.
That doesn't they used to do like bacon strips and then they had muscles glasses and all that.
Oh, what was that again? I never watched it, but I know.
I used to love that at uni.
Epic mealtime.
Yeah, was the bloke from that there, or did I just see someone who looked a bit like? Let me know in the comments or on Twitter. But yeah, we'll continue. Because I agree, the noise was ridiculous on Saturday night. Continue with another question regarding Saturday night from David, who says, I know there's been a lot of talk about Rhodes versus Reigns versus Zayn at WrestleMania, but would it be better to have Roman defend the titles on both nights, i.e. night 1, Roman versus Zayn, night 2, Roman versus Rhodes, or vice versa? Andy, we get a million questions like this, and I thought the day after the weekend of the pay-per-view would be a good time to address it again.
Yeah, it's good. I think it shows that people are really engaged with this, that so many different ideas and so many fantasy bookings have come out of it, and like we get dozens of these a day. So hey, it's testament to the power of the storyline. It's really connecting with people. Short answer, I think no. I think that you should just do Roman and Cody, and I think that should headline night 2. I would probably put Asuka and Bianca in the last slot on night 1.
Yeah.
Right,
good choice.
Rather than Charlotte and Rhea, although that's a candidate as well, of course. No, I would keep it simple, man. I would keep it real simple. I wouldn't muddy the waters. I wouldn't do a triple threat. I wouldn't do both nights. I think that the big moment has to be one guy beating Roman for both belts. That's what you've been building up to. That's been the whole point of unifying the belts. The king has to be toppled in the most almighty fashion. I think Cody's the guy to do that. I think, yes, like I said earlier, I would have liked a bit more drama to remove Sami from the world title scene, but I think that him and Kevin versus the Usos is the way to go. I've seen some people say that that's a demotion. I've seen, it's a mid-card belt. Nonsense. This is a case of the men making the belts. I think the Usos have made those belts feel extremely important throughout this run, and I think they will feel even more important once Sami and Kevin get in the mix as well. You still have the Jey Uso turn or whatever you do with him. You still have the Kevin and Sami hug. You've got so much to play with. I don't think it matters that they're a mid-card belt. It's going to be awesome. In fact, if you wanted to, that tag title match could actually main event
Yeah,
night one as well.
said as such for night one of WrestleMania as well. I think probably like you say, it's going to be one of the women's world titles that main events it. But I wouldn't be against that either. And yeah, I have faith. What a weird position to be in. That in
like
the
Limp Bizkit, their original song.
In the 6 weeks or 5 or 6 weeks, whatever it is, till WrestleMania, that they've got hours and hours of television to tell this story about what's next for Sami. We haven't had the reunion proper with KO, the Hug, or anything like that. What's going on with Jey Uso? And yeah, the Bloodline's foundations are crumbling. That's what's going to be told ahead of Roman versus Cody. And again, to push Andy's brilliant video that he did, Roman, when he's finally on his own, will be shown to be a tribal fraud.
Yeah, tribal queef. Actually, the George Michael version is much better than the Limp Bizkit version.
Yeah, it's very rare that you get to say that.
It's really good. Yeah, the Limp Bizkit cover is not the peak. Yeah, I agree. They're the peak.
Behind Blue Eyes as well.
They did, yeah, the Who. Who are they? Shut up, Andy. That's terrible.
Shaq.
The Beatles are rubbish, man. What have they got to do with the Who? I don't know. It's violence.
Shaq gives us our final question of the day.
Shaq?
Yes.
Is he out of the ambulance?
Not that one, not spelled like that. Shaq writes, there is one holiday left between now and WrestleMania. Will we see Dom and Rhea ruin Ray's St. Patrick's Day? Well, you say that, Shaq, but don't forget Pancake Tuesday.
There you go, there you go.
Him with a frying pan, with his face print in it.
Bang.
Bong!
That'd be good comedy.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
He got heat in Canada as well, didn't he?
That was a fun pantomime match, wasn't it? That was a lot of fun. The whole pay-per-view was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah.
I
love it when Finn does something dastardly and goes, nah.
Yeah, straight at a little flex. If I did that, I would just be like marshmallow everywhere. No one needs to see that, like a flump. Yeah.
I want Dominic Mysterio to butcher an Irish accent. That's what I want him to do. God. Top of the morning to your daddy. That's what he's going to do, and dress up as a little leprechaun to piss his dad off.
Yeah.
But to be honest, actually, no.
Probably not that part.
Scratch what we said. Dom versus Ray, main event night one.
Yeah, there you go.
I think it's been brilliantly booked, all this so far. It's been hilarious.
Fun. It's been fun. And yeah, he's a little rat, and he's really good at it.
Could hit his dad with a shillelagh, just like
David Finlay. Yeah, there you go. He's the new catalyst of New Japan. That New Japan show was good.
Yeah.
I almost called her Sasha. The Mercedes Kyrie match was.
Tell you what wasn't good. People queuing to speak to CM Punk in the audience.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Let them. To be fair, right? He knew what he was doing, didn't he? He knew that if he sat there, even with his little hood up, he was going to get people.
Yeah. Oh, how could people not notice? How could people notice one of the most recognisable faces in wrestling?
Oh, yeah. Who's that guy with the grey beard and stuff? Who's he hanging out with? Giselle Shaw from Impact.
Yeah.
Lars Fredrickson from Rancid as well.
Lars Ulrich.
Pretty awesome. Lars Ulrich.
I don't know. I just said another Lars.
I mean, I was going to.
Henrik Larsson was there apparently.
Lars Lagerback, the football coach.
Brian McBride. He was there.
The band The Cars. Brian McBride.
Yeah.
Joe Max Moore.
Mr. Blobby.
Landon
Couldn't see him.
Mr. Blobby.
He's in the back.
He was going to do a run-in, but they were like, nah.
I think he travelled with Naomi. I think they split the flight together.
He was there for negotiations, actually, but the New Japan saw the way he went in for business for himself in that Battle Royal, and they were like, Blobster, nah.
Can't be doing that. Shout out to the guys who do Riot Cabaret, by the way. Yeah.
What
are we talking about? Oh, yeah. And finally, Andy.
Mr. Blobby.
I saw this and I just thought I'd get your thoughts on it as a representative of the ball community. One of the real standouts early on for your team, King Kong Bundy. Saw this on Reddit this morning. King Kong Bundy with hair. Thoughts?
Oh wow. Okay. It's a look. It doesn't look right, does it? Gee whiz. The thing about King Kong Bundy is he always looked like perfect bald guy.
Yeah.
Because he was the monster heel, obviously, right? So he looked like a total freak with no hair. So it was perfect.
Giant angry baked bean.
Yeah. That's actually quite a good description.
That's why Sidrick likes him so much. He bloody loves beans.
He does. He's just bean daft. But yes, a great member of the bald community. Shout out to King Kong Bundy. One of the bald elders, actually.
Do we need to do a follow-up on that list of wrestlers bald that you and...
Me and Jules never did that,
You and Jules were going to do,
Maybe we should do that. It's a new era here at WhatCulture WWE. We can do whatever the hell we want. So, as long as it makes money.
That's what we're going to do.
Bald stuff.
We're bald. WhatCulture Bald, we could launch its own channel.
Bald culture. I think we have to get Simon up for that, though.
Yeah.
Like, me, him, and Jules need to do the bald
Just
video.
leaves the wrestling channel. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's off to bald culture
See
now.
you later.
Right,
Let's shut this down.
let us know your thoughts on that and see, apparently everything we've discussed in the comment section below.
We'll be back in a few hours.
Oh, yes.
We're going to talk about the new directions coming out of WWE Elimination Chamber. So look out for that video today. Me and him doing the thing.
Yeah, if you like the nightmare stuff, it'd probably be a bit like that, won't it?
Yeah,
but silly bollocks.
But
But a
we
bit
won't
more
be,
serious.
We won't be putting Dominic Mysterio in a dump truck, I don't think.
I'm not ruling anything out yet.
The gritter.
Yes. Thoughts, Twitter questions, all that good stuff on Twitter at WhatCulture WWE. Watch, they can follow both of us. Follow Andy Murray
At Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Hoop 25. The
Jeez.
dark hoop.
25
25.
already.
How far can the hoop go? I think we'll hit a centenary.
How the time has flown already.
Yeah, hooping and pooping.
Follow
That's
me on
my
Twitter.
life.
Follow me on Twitter at
Get
Adam
your fibre.
Wilmore. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE and subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts. Well, for now, my thanks, Andy. Thank you for joining us, and we see you soon.
Go away.